Okay, part three, how it all comes together. We have the traumatic event, we have the brain and nervous system that get responses and dysregulation. Let me give you an example. For me, my childhood was extremely traumatic. It was high stress, it was high pressure, it was extremely toxic. So then I spent my entire adult life being drawn to people and environments that resembled that. This is why I was so good at the military, and this is why I was so good at war. In very high pressure, high stress environments, I can be very calm, I can maintain, and I can do all the things. My nervous system was drawn to environments that resembled my childhood. This is the trauma repeat. You keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. Then you spend a lifetime, you can't figure out why your friendships, relationships all end up the same. You spend a lifetime pissed off at yourself because you keep doing the same things and you just can't seem to stop. You spend a lifetime living in victim mentality. What happened to you? I'm frustrated with yourself because you aren't able to be the things that everyone around you tells you to be. But with trauma, what people don't seem to understand is that you are working against something that is automatic, that is set in default mode. And with trauma, you get stuck in those trauma responses. So if it's fight or flight, you can get locked into fight or flight from trauma. So if you are locked in the trauma response, you are seeing the world from that filter. 9 months ago, I was emotional rock bottom, real shit. And the only thing I knew to do were the things that I learned in talk therapy for over 23 years. And that shit just wasn't cutting it at that time. So I went to YouTube looking for those exercises and came upon the human garage and the fascial system. What is the fascial system? It's connective tissue within the body. It literally shapes the entire human form. How does it do that? Why does it do that? Because it's 90% collagen. It looks like glue or a spider web, if you will. And it runs through everything within our body, our brains, our skeletal system, our muscular system, our tendons, our ligaments, everything. It touches and runs through everything. You know those meridian lines from the EFT acupoint? Fascia are the tunnels that energy flows in the body, and it is also where the emotions and trauma is stored in the body. What happened to me is one day I was doing fascial maneuvers, breathing exercises, and dancing for 6 to 8 hours. And I didn't understand energy then. So I did not know EFT. I did not know how to move energy in the body. What happens with fascia though, with every traumatic experience, stressful situation, any kind of suffering and pain, it's stored in that fascial system. And since fascia is like glue, with every experience, it becomes hard. It becomes very, very hard. So then the body is hard. I was in an Airbnb by myself. I didn't have anyone with me. I didn't have a medical professional. I didn't have a healer. I didn't have an energy worker. I didn't have anybody with me at all. So I did those exercises and danced for 6 to 8 hours and woke all that shit up and brought it all to the surface. And what ended up happening was that energy locked my entire body and I didn't even know what to do. All I knew to do was to move. My muscles to move. I kept trying to get my muscles to wake up. I kept trying to get it. I eventually ended up doing it, getting to the point to where I could walk. The more I walked, the better I felt. And I'm just crying and I'm just crying. The more I walked, the better I felt. So then I get back to where I was staying at. I go into the bathroom to wash my face. And as I'm looking in the mirror, washing my face, I'm on the phone with my best friend. She was on the phone through the entire experience. And in my lashes was this white, plaquey, weird substance. And I can remember telling my best friend on the phone, holy shit. And she said, what? And I said, I have fascia or trauma in my lashes. Because at this moment, I knew the whole fucking shit to be true. This is why I'm so passionate about what I'm talking about. This is why I'm so serious about what I'm speaking about. You guys don't know me, but people that know me know there's been a massive transition within me. Really. And I haven't shared this portion of my transformation or my story yet. But because I'm telling you how it all comes together, I need to tell you why I believe in everything so much. It's because I've lived it. Nobody wants to get on social media and say that fascia it's the channels. It's the tunnels that the energy flows through. It's the meridians that they have been speaking about for thousands of years in Chinese medicine. Nobody wants to come on the internet and outright say that, right? Nobody wants to outright say that emotions and traumas live in that system either. People know me and know that if I'm standing on some shit 10 toes down the way that I'm standing on it, then there must be some truth to it, okay? Over 20 years in talk therapy, and I do not feel the way that I feel now. And I stumbled upon this shit by accident, but I believe I stumbled upon it for a reason. The whole point to this whole entire platform for me and what I am trying to do is not only to teach you who you are because of what happened to you, your traumality, right? I'm going to teach you that portion of it.